The Trump White House announced that chips imported to the U.S. and not used domestically for AI and then exported to another country will face a 25% markup. Let's go to Jay Goldberg on this, senior analyst at Seaport Research Partners. Jay, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So it's not the 100% tariff threatened last year. Is this a bit of a relief for those who make these chips?
I think so. I think the entire industry, and probably all industries, appreciate some sort of stability around tariffs and some clarity on where that's going. And certainly this is good news today and helps the sector.
Okay. Does it happen a lot where countries bring chips into the U.S. only then to export them out?
Not really. Not that often. Most of the time, things that American companies sell to other companies don't transship through the U.S. They're sort of things are shipped to China or Shenzhen or Taiwan and then shipped off to the third country. So we don't import that much except into finished goods that we use ourselves.
All right. So why approach it this way?
That is almost a political question that is beyond my pay grade. I think there's just I think there is this idea that GPUs, that chips are a scarce commodity, and some people in the government feel like we have to protect those and make sure we have enough AI chips domestically. I don't think there's really a big risk of that, but I think that's where the sentiment is coming from.
Okay, so how will this work with the chips that are going from NVIDIA, for example, to China? If they're made in the U.S. and sent to China, they're already going to be marked up, we understand, by Washington. Washington wants its cut, but to apply under this tariff, they'd have to be made somewhere else, brought into the U.S., and then shipped to China.
Yeah, I don't think that happens that much. I think if you look at the news today in conjunction with the news a couple of days ago about the clarification of rules around what NVIDIA can ship to China, we see this recurring theme of the U.S. government wants to make sure that U.S. companies have more than enough silicon, more than enough chips, all the chips that they need for their ends before anyone else gets them. And I think the market was kind of taking care of that just fine, but the government is doing what the government does in the context of a broader trade war between the U.S. and China, and this is one more step in that direction, sort of cementing their position along those lines.
Okay, so we did see some earnings results from Taiwan Semiconductor. They did well. That moved a lot of the AI up today. NVIDIA did gain. You have a sell rating for NVIDIA right now, but a hold rating for AMD. But can you explain what difference you see between the two?
Sure. I think the big difference here is that NVIDIA's upside is largely priced in. This is the most scrutinized company in the planet. Everybody knows what their supply chain looks like. We know what their capacity is, how many chips they're going to get out of TSMC this year. They've said repeatedly that they're sold out. And once you're sold out, that doesn't leave much room for upside. There's a little bit here and there with how much can they ship to China? Can they squeeze out a little bit of extra capacity from TSMC? But beyond that, there's not much scope for upside. AMD, I'm a little more bullish on in the sense that most people have sort of assumed that they're not going to get very far in AI. They've made a lot of progress. I think now that we're kind of at the point where the stock is sort of priced that in. We'll see, I think in sort of 2 years down the road, AMD's products are going to be incredibly competitive with NVIDIA. It's just 2 years is a long time in stock market.
Absolutely. All right, Jay Goldberg, thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.